Welcome back to the channel for another exciting tactical analysis in the Premier League. Graham Potter's Brighton took on Solskjaer's Manchester United at the Amex Stadium. Now, this match was action-packed and full of controversy, including Manchester United being awarded the winning penalty after the final whistle had been blown. But prior to all the controversy, it was a very exciting tactical battle that ebbed and flowed between two managers. Let's get into it. The match took place at the Amex Stadium and Graham Potter's Brighton scored 2 goals, thanks to goals from Neal Maupay and Solly March, whereas Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's United scored 3 goals, thanks to goals from Marcus Rashford, an own goal from Dunk, as well as a penalty from Bruno Fernandes. When we take a look at the XG, it indicates that Brighton had the better chances in the game. Let's take a closer look at the match stats. The XG is backed up by the stats, as Brighton's had more passes, more shots and more corners. Stat that provides the best idea when it comes to game pattern has to be clearances, with Brighton making 4, United kicking the ball as far away as possible, not caring where it landed, an insane 21 times. It's insane, because the average clearances of a top 4 side is usually somewhere between 4 and 8, and United having 21 seems pretty high. Let's explore how both sides lined up, starting with Brighton. Graham Potter lined up Brighton in a classic 3-4-3 formation, with Connolly through the middle and Maupay and Trossard either side of him. This is how Brighton operated with the ball. Without the ball, however, they were happy to switch things up into a 5-3-2 formation, with Trossard dropping into midfield, Connolly and Neal Maupay up front. Let's have a look at some of the receipts. In this first photo, we can see Brighton with the ball and playing that 3-4-3 formation. And in the next photo, we can see Brighton on the defensive and we can see that switch to 5-3-2 formation. Let's have a look at the Manchester United lineup. Manchester United lined up in a 4-3-3 formation, and they did this with or without the ball, and this was a double pivot with Pogba and Matic in midfield, as well as Martial, Greenwood and Rashford up front. Let's have a look at a few of the receipts. In this first photo, you can see Manchester United on the attack and they're playing that 4-3-3 formation. And in the second, well, you can see them on the defensive and the formation doesn't change. Lineup's done. Let's have a closer look at how both sides conducted their build-up play, starting with Brighton. Brighton were happy to push their fullbacks high and play short passes through to the wide centre-backs, with the wide centre-backs progressing the ball to the wing-backs. They were also equally happy to begin the build-up with the goalkeeper playing short passes to the midfield, and more times than not, Adam Lallana was the midfielder receiving the ball. When he got it, Lallana was likely to progress the ball into the wing-backs, and this is where Brighton were extremely clever, as they looked to move the ball either through a series of passes or directly from one side of the pitch to the other side. And this was how Brighton scored their second equaliser to make it 2-2, as they overloaded the right flank and attracted a lot of Manchester United players to the right flank, and then they had that quick switch into the back post. And Marsh scores. Manchester United conducted their build-up differently. Let's have a closer look. United were happy to begin with David De Gea, giving short passes to both centre-backs who were actually positioned in the box. From there, the ball was fed into midfield, more times than not, Nemanja Matic. United, however, were also very happy to push the full-backs up quite high and push Nemanja Matic in between both centre-backs in order to split them, with Matic progressing the ball to both Pogba and Fernandes. United predominantly defended in a low block in the first half, and it's actually from this low block that Rashford's goal comes about. As the ball breaks down, it's quickly recycled to Fernandes, who gives a long through ball for Marcus Rashford to get on the end of, who attacks its pace and causes Ben White to sit down a few times, as well as Lewis Dunk, and coolly slotting the ball home. Goal for Manchester United. Let's examine a few of the receipts. In these photos, Manchester United players don't apply pressure. They initially begin with a mid-block, and as the game goes lower, it becomes a low block, with no pressure on the ball. Have a look how Brighton conducted their pressing. Look at the stats. Brighton have a much lower passes per defensive actions than Manchester United, which actually indicates the intensity of the pressing which they had, and this is where the penalty Bruno Fernandes gave away to Lamptey emerges from. Manchester United get pressed high and dispossessed. The ball quickly gets recycled to Adam Lallana, who passes the ball straight to Lamptey, who does a run down the right wing. Fernandes then tried to keep up with Tariq Lamptey, and there's a tangle of legs in the box, and it's a penalty. 1-0, Neal Maupay. Beyond beneficial to analyse the ungoal from dunk or the VAR penalty at the end, as they're both idiosyncratic rather than direct consequence of tactical application. So there you have it, Brighton versus Manchester United in just over 5 minutes. I tried to keep these videos short and punchy, as I do know that tactical analysis videos can actually have quite a lot of information. Apart from that, consider subscribing if you enjoyed, like, share and comment, and as always, until next time.